Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi semua.
Pagi doktor, pagi sir.
Okay. Right, so hari ini saya minggu lepas very busy lah, tak dapat nak buat apa-apa sangat. Okay, nak buat video untuk ni apa semua, tapi kita I try my best to try to cover two things untuk hari ini, which is management process dan juga strategic planning tajuk 8 dan 9. Okay, so don't worry. Tengok dalam internet, dalam ili pun saya dah upload video-video sebelum ni kan, kecuali video yang awal tu sebab PKP susah sikit saya nak upload semua benda. Soal komputer yang first 3 topics komputer office, yang lain tu dekat dalam komputer laptop saya, so takes time lah untuk yang 1, 2, 3 lah, tapi akan dibuat lah dalam masa terdekat ni. Okay, alright, so ada masalah dengan group assignment? Tak ada masalah group assignment? Tak ada masalah?
Setakat ni tak ada sir.
Tak ada bagus. Okay, semua pergi sama buat kerja
Ya sir.
Okay, bagus. Alright. Okay, so saya ni lah kata apa tu okay, lihat ni lah, dia kata tajuk yang kita akan bincangkan pada hari ini hanyalah management process, a very simple one. Okay, so prepare semua. Okay, so what is basically, we've talked about the management process, we have to look into what is management. So management basically is the people or the is the person or group of people that doing things right, doing things done. Okay, so it is the art of getting things done through the people. So meaning to say, the management basically how you manages people to get certain task done. Itu yang penting lah. So in management, they are managers. Okay, so those personnel who in management, we call it as a managers. We call it as a managers. Kita lihat itulah, kita lihat apa bagaimana eksekutif ataupun kalau you dalam swasta, kita lihat orang-orang yang menjadi ketua bagi setiap unit dan sebagainya, ianya dibelas managers. So what is basically managers? So managers basically their task is trying to achieve the organization goals by making others to perform any necessary tasks. Okay, but the idea is managers need to know how to let people do their work. So you are not doing the work alone. You able to disseminate, or you're able to assign people according to their capabilities to do their tasks and monitor them. And it is not by performing the task by themselves. Meaning to say, kalau awak buat kerja seorang, you are not a good managers. If you able to make people do their work, of course you pun buat kerja jugalah. Jangan goyang kaki sangatlah. So you basically are a managers. You know how to manage people. You know how to let people to do their work. You know how to motivate them. You know how basically let the people think that they are able to do the work. Itu yang penting. Okay. Therefore, managers paling penting, they know how to do the planning. They know how to plan their work. They know how to plan the punya subordinate punya kerja. They know how to organize them. They know how to lead them, as well as they know how to control the people under them. Okay, so it is a process of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Okay, and bear in mind that it is the efforts of the organization members. Okay, what you want to plan, organize, leading, and control is the efforts of the whole organization members. You punya staff. And of course, to use all other organization sources to achieve stated organization goals. Meaning to say, you are the one who deal with those people at the upper level. Meaning to say, you deal orang bawah you pun deal dengan orang atasan. Orang atasan bising, awak kena know how to handle, and then you know how to let your staff do according to the goals yang dah decided by the top management. Maksud dia. Okay. So management is a process where the managers engage in certain interrelated activities to achieve their desired goals. So it is process yang mana those managers, setiap managers, they engage within themselves, within the interrelated activities, either inside their unit, inside their department, or the whole organization, to achieve the desired goals. And the managers use all the resources of the organization to attain the goal, which is finances, equipment, information, and of course people. Okay, kita lihat satu-satu. Kita lihat ada finance, equipment, information, and people. Finances is all about budgeting and so on. Equipment is all about the equipment, barang-barang komputer ke, pejabat ke, peralatan kereta ke dan sebagainya. For you and your people to do the work. The informations are needed, either from the top management, from the lower side, or from outside, and people, which is the most important resources. Okay, and basically when we talk about the corporate, okay, the important things is to sell your product, kena jual produk dan sebagainya. So to increase the sales, okay, it's not only about to motivate the people, but also need to increase the advertising budget. So using both and financial resources and also the equipment and informations that are needed for you to disseminate to your team members, so that they know what exactly you want to sell, what exactly the sales target, what exactly the prospect client and so on. Ini semua kena tahu. So managers are the one who did all of this. You are the one who prepared all the information behind. Okay, so your executive will do your work, do those jobs. So macam di kerjaan juga, kalau anda sebagai manager, anda adalah sebagai seorang ketua unit dan sebagainya. You know how to manage your people, ada pegawai dan juga staff sokongan dan sebagainya. You know how to manage them. You know this is the resources that you have. You know you have to apply for budget for certain activities and so on. You are the one who control everything. You control your staff, you control your finance, you control your activities and so on. And reporting will be done by you to the top management. Itu yang penting. Okay. And management involve achieving the organization's stated goals, meaning that managers try to attain specific ends. Contoh, kalau di Unimas ini, what is the stated goal of Unimas? Untuk bagi education. So, dekan sebagai manager. Dekan dan timah dekan sebagai managers. Mereka inilah yang akan memastikan bahawa apa-apa isu berkaitan dengan pelajar dapat diatasi. Isu-isu berkaitan dengan kelas, berkaitan dengan result, performance students, isu-isu berkaitan dengan kebajikan pelajar dan sebagainya. Okay. Jadi kami sebagai lecturer, kami mengikut apa saranan, pernyataan yang diberi oleh dekan dan timbalan dekan untuk kami lakukan. Macam tu. Okay, so managers are deans and deputy deans di peringkat fakulti. Kalau lihat, sebab tu ada apa-apa masalah, awak pergi kepada dekan dan timbalan dekan serta pengas program. Mereka those are managers. Awak tak boleh jumpa saya. Cakap, oh sir, saya ada masalah dengan saya punya result dan sebagainya. Saya nak bincang pasal subjek dan sebagainya. No, I'm not the one who able to give you the advice, because the person that can advise you is your program coordinator, is your deputy dean academic. Awak ada kata ada masalah berkaitan dengan yuran dan sebagainya. Okay, you cannot ask me because I have no information about that. You have to ask the coordinators, and also you have to ask the deputy dean of student affairs. Benda-benda macam tu lah sebenarnya. So benda-benda macam tu. Okay. Jadi, apakah role managers sebenarnya? You know that managers, these people are doing all those assigning the tasks, leading the subordinates, managing the resources such as finance, information, equipment, people, and so on. Okay, controlling the progress and so on, monitoring and so on. But what basically managers do? Okay, so definition describes managers as an organization planners. They are planners. Awak development planning, betul? Awak akan jadi managers in one time later. So you will be those who plans, those who develop people, those who develop the organizations. So basically, managers described as a planners, as an organizer, as a leaders, and as a controller. So mereka sebagai orang yang membuat perancang pemincangan. Okay, kami pun korang pun akan jadi orang yang akan menganjurkan aktiviti dan sebagainya, sebagai ketua dan juga sebagai mereka yang mengawal selia. But managers play wider role, which is they will work with and through the people, which are the subordinates, supervisors and other managers. Nampak? Awak kerja dengan orang bawah awak, awak kerja dengan supervisor awak, dan awak kerja dengan manager yang lain. So in terms of interpersonal communication skills are very crucial for the managers. Kena pandai bercakap, kena pandai explain, kena pandai present. Sebab tu awak buat degree ni, awak memang selalu present saja. Present because we want to train you to be able to do a very good presentation. We want you to be able to work in a group. Kalau awak tak boleh bekerja dalam group, mean to say you are not fit to be a manager. That's it. You have a problem actually. Bukan orang lain problem awak, you yourself ada masalah dengan diri awak sendiri. Perangai awak teruk. Tu yang menjadi, itulah sebenarnya. Okay. So you have to able to work in a team. You must be able to be a leader. That's why kadang-kadang kami nak lihat ketua kumpulan berlainan. Sebab in working later, you will be those who lead the project, who lead the task and so on. So bila awak tak praktis masa belajar ni, then you are nobody actually. Sebab inilah kerja kita. Later, if you work, you are in the occupation punya world, okay, in the working world, itulah kerja awak. You talk with people, you discuss with them, you negotiate with the other people. You have to be tolerant, you have to be professional. Jangan sikit-sikit majuk. Ni majuk. Sampai mati pun tak dapat kerja macam tu. Okay, those are the things yang kena ada dalam ciri diri awak. Okay, and then people include individuals outside the organisation. Nampak? Include outside. Okay, such as customers, clients, suppliers, and those union representative, which is kesatuan sekerja. Bayangkan awak cakap dengan customer awak cakap dengan klien awak. Okay, corporate world, we talk with client. We try to convince client to use our product, to use our services. We convince the client to put their trust on us, which is put the money. Because client will pay you for your service. Customer will pay you for your product. Supplier, awak kena convince the supplier that you are able to jual barang dengan baik dan sebagainya, so that you can get a good bargain from the supplier. You get credit, dapat pembelian secara hutang dengan klien supaya awak tak terbeban dengan bayar awal dan sebagainya. So these are the things. And then kesatuan sekerja, mereka ni lagi susah. Mereka ni orang-orang yang suka bawa isu-isu berkaitan pekerja kepada mahkamah dan sebagainya. You able to negotiate with them. You able to tolerate with them and so on. Benda ni memang sangat memerlukan awak punya soft skill awak. Cara cakap, cara convincing, cara present dan sebagainya. Kalau cakap pun tergagap-gagap, kalau cakap pun tak yakin, kalau awak sendiri tak tahu apa awak nak cakap, you will be the worst manager. Kalau awak jenis yang berat sebelah, yang mudah percaya pada one side only, you will be the worst manager. Kalau awak jenis yang emotional, mudah emo kalau kena tegur dan sebagainya, you will be the very bad managers. Nampak? Being a manager is not easy. Of course, gaji memang besar lah. Manager branch, manager bank gaji 20,000. Oh, lama 20,000 kot. Mahal. Tapi you know, you deal with those things. You deal with those things. Bukan senang. And managers work with each other to establish the organization long-term goals and how to achieve them. And it is acts as a channel of communication with other organizations. Ini kerja-kerja sebagai manager sebenarnya. Kemudian, managers are responsible and accountable. Nampak? Dia kena tanggungjawab. Dia kena accountable. For their own particular actions or tasks. Nampak? For own particular action or tasks. Or for the actions and tasks of their subordinates, where the success and failure of subordinates will reflect the manager's success and failure. Nampak? Awak punya subordinate buat tak buat kerja, awak gagal sebenarnya. Lihat kegagalan anda sebagai seorang manager. Okay? And expect to accomplish more than other members. Okay? More than other members, which are held accountable for the greater achievement. Okay? Jadi kalau kita tak jadi satu manager yang baik, we must be one step forward from our subordinate. Sebab tu di Jepun, seorang manager yang bagus, dia datang awal daripada dia punya staff, dia balik lambat daripada staff dia. Di Jepun. I'm talking about in Japan. Jangan kira lah drama Melayu tu semua bodoh tu semua. Mana ada manager datang pukul 10 pagi, balik pukul 3 petang. Business tak jalan macam tu. But realistically, in Japan, you try to look how Japan punya culture. The CEO will come before the managers. The managers will come before the staff. So meaning to say, manager dia, kalau office 8.30 buka, manager pukul 8 dah datang. CEO dia pukul 7.30 dah datang. And then dekat Jepun, working hour habis pukul 6 petang. Pukul 6 petang. But the staff will not dare enough to go back before the managers go back. And the managers will not dare to go back before the directors go back. But the problem is, the directors will not go back when the staff are still inside the office. So until one time, dia bahkan balik pukul 8 malam. Sebab mereka masing-masing rasa takut nak balik awal. This is how in Japan. I know that kita tak boleh buat macam tu. Kita akan cakap, orang Jepun tak ada life dan sebagainya, bla bla bla. But bear in mind that in Japan alone, okay, how the culture of the work is very good, where you can see how they produce things, how they conduct things are very smooth, butterly smooth, sangat detail dan sebagainya. They left no room for error and so on. This is how Japan working culture. I suppose in other places in the world, you can see, yalah, Malaysia pun tukang terbalik jugalah rasanya. Macam dekat US dan sebagainya lah. So, basically, and also you can see that if something happens, let's say, contoh awak tengok di Jepun, sekiranya satu perkara tadi, business, contoh business. Saya ambil contoh, okay. Syarikat-syarikat di Jepun, semasa tahun 2008, banyak yang masalah, yang bankrupt semua. And those managers are willingly to resign, to say that they are responsible towards the failure. The directors, the CEOs resign. Bukan staff resign, tak. Manager resign. Manager yang resign. Bukan staff. Tapi kalau kita di sini buat salah, staff kena buang dulu. Bukan manager kena buang. Itu beza dia. Okay. Whereas, supposed to be, managers must be responsible and to be accountable. Okay, saya main komputer stuck. Sabar dulu ya. Komputer saya stuck sekarang ni. Okay. Oops. Komputer saya stuck. Okay. Kemudian, the third one, the managers will balance competing goals and set the priorities. Okay. So, at any given time, the members of the organizations will going to face the organization goals, problems, and needs. Okay. And there's need for the managers to compete between the managers' time and resources in terms of human and material, where the managers should able to strike a balance between the various goals and needs of the organizations, goals and need of the unit, and the needs of the people as well. They must able to prioritize example important to be accomplished first and less important look at later, and will decide who to perform a particular task and assign work to appropriate subordinate. Okay. And the fourth one, managers must think analytically and conceptually. Okay, kenapa analytical dan conceptual? Because as analytical thinkers, managers should able to break a problem down into components, small components, analyze those components, and also come with the solution. Meaning to say, satu masalah yang besar, kena tahu macam mana nak pecahkan jadi kecil-kecil, apa solution dia, ask your people to do. And of course, you must able to think as a conceptual thinker, where you able to view the entire task in relations to the larger implication. Maksudnya, daripada suatu tindakan yang kecil tadi, apakah implikasi dia kepada organisasi secara keseluruhan? Ada impact yang baik ataupun impact yang negatif? Itu kena fikir. Nah, jadi sebagai seorang manager, daya berpemikiran ni kena betul-betul tajam. Kena betul-betul hebat. Sebab tu bukan senang nak minta jadi manager. Pengalaman kerja akan mematangkan anda. Pengalaman anda bekerja pelbagai contohlah awak pernah bekerja beberapa tempat, awak pernah bekerja beberapa bidang. This will make you as a great managers, where you able to think, you able to relate in the bigger concept for every small actions that being done. Itulah dia. Okay. And then managers also will become a mediator. Mediator ni apa? Orang yang menjadi pendamai. Able to mediate the disputes between units or dispute between other employees and so on. Okay. Where it can, if the moral become low, the policy become low, you are the one who boost it up. Yang dapat mengangkat motivasi mereka. Kalau ada perkara-perkara yang tidak menyenangkan, unpleasant and disruptive, so competent employees will leaving the organization. So you as a managers, you must be able to identify who are the troublemaker, who are the one who is jewel of the organizations. Sebagai satu permata yang perlu disimpan. You kena tahu, you kena able to mitigate those problems. Jadi saya kata jangan jadi orang yang dengar cerita sebelah pihak, jangan jadi bias dan sebagainya. Kena kelas. Okay, so kena lepas tu kena betul-betul tahu apakah nak dibuat lah. Okay, so you also able to settle the quarrels required skills and tactics, not okay, and not only you just be careful where not only if you are not able to do those things, it will make things worse. Sebab tu kena betul tahulah apa yang perlu dibuat dan sebagainya. Okay. And of course, the managers are politician. Biasa dengar kan politik office kan, biasa dengar politik office, cakap politik ini apa semua. Managers must be able to build the relationship to promote the organization goal and use the persuasion and compromise as politicians do to move their program forward. And playing politics through developing network of mutual obligation with other managers. Nampak? So what you do, you must able to build relations. You must able to build relation with the top management and so on. So what you do is basically just like a politician. in order for you to get privilege to move your program forward, to get more funding and so on, you must be able to be a politician. How to protect your staff, kena jaga juga staff kita. That's why you have to be a politician punya playing politics to jaga lah, untuk jaga you punya staff dan sebagainya. So playing politics through developing network of mutual obligation with other managers. Build or join alliances and coalition. Kadang-kadang kita pun tak nak lah jadi, saya biasa dengar, oh ni geng A, geng B, geng C. Kadang-kadang kita tak nak, tapi kita kadang-kadang kita kena pandai buat dia punya coalition dan sebagainya. For the sake of you punya work can be done and so on. Okay. So and use those relationship to win support for proposals or decisions or to gain cooperations in carrying out various activities. Of course, kalau awak sebagai seorang manager yang betul-betul pandai, pandai, you will not play too much politics, but also you also able to play politics for the sake of your unit and so on. Maksudnya awak boleh, kalau awak propose something, top management akan luluskan. Sebab apa? Dia tahu our capability dan sebagainya. You know how to talk, you know how to convince them, you know how to persuade them. Of course, you punya staff bawahan akan rasa, oh, this manager kalau dia buat, kalau dia nak buat benda memang dapat punya, and then dia manage kami pun cukup bagus. These are the things yang sebagai pekerja akan rasa seronok, akan rasa selamat dan sebagainya. And also will develop the political skills. And of course, the managers are the diplomat, where the official representative or their work unit at a organization meeting, okay, and the represent of the entire organization as well as particular unit in dealing with client, customer, contractor, government officials and personnel to other organizations. Sebab itu, kau sebagai general manager, you are an official representative. You are you're representing the entire organization. Sebab itu, kalau awak punya management teruk, you reflect your unit. You reflect your working habit. You reflect the quality of your unit. Kalau awak punya cara present apa semua teruk, you are reflecting, representing the whole organization. Sebab tu kalau tengok managers, kena smart, cakap kena, you know, very good dan sebagainya. Even at one time, kalau awak sebagai manager dekat GLC dan sebagainya, even the cars also they set for you. Kereta apa awak boleh pakai. To show dia punya the stability of the company. Tunjukkan bahawa company ni besar dan juga mampu untuk bagi manager dia pakai kereta mewah. Duduk hotel 5 bintang, duduk dekat suite dan sebagainya. Sebab ianya menggambarkan organisasi yang awak bekerja. Sebab tu awak tengok manager, bestnya manager pakai BMW, pakai Merc, pakai Camry, pakai Accord. Tak. Kenapa mereka pakai macam tu? Agar mereka bazir? Tidak. Kerana ianya nak memberi gambaran kepada orang ramai, kepada klien, kepada customer, kepada contractor, kepada government bahawa this company is capable. Takkan awak nak bagi projek dengan orang manager pakai kancil? Taklah. Kita nak bagi duit pun rasa tak yakin. Sebab apa? Takkan pakai kancil ke company ni? Sebab apa? This is how human evaluate other people. Kita lihat dari segi materialistik. Kita lihat dari segi penampilan, first impression kita dan sebagainya. Sebab tu, kalau kita sebagai seorang managers, you have to be really smart. Nampak handsome, nampak cantik. Kalau lelaki nampak handsome, kemas. Perempuan nampak cantik, make up. Pakaian kena nampak profesional dan sebagainya, corporate. Kalau yang perempuan yang bertudung, tudungnya mesti proper, cantik. Nampaklah tudung mahal sikit, Nilofa ke Bokita ke. Janganlah pakai tudung bawal awak beli dekat pasar malam. Sebab apa? Image. Baju pun nampaklah proper, janganlah macam-macam sangat. Kasut pun nampaklah proper, janganlah nampak kasut awak beli kat pasar malam. Sebab apa? Image. Jam kena ada. Yes, manager wanting jam kena ada. Mesti ada jam. Jam awak jangan pakai jam Casio ataupun G-Shock. Frankly speaking, as a manager, kalau awak pakai jam G-Shock, you are not professional enough. Awak nak pakai G-Shock boleh, minat tak apa, hari biasa pakai. Tapi masa bekerja, make sure that you pakai jam either leather strap ataupun steel strap. Command lah awak pakai lah, seekor kat atas. Jam seekor kat atas. Seekor fosil pisot yang 2-3 ribu kat atas. Kena pakai macam tu. Jam kena proper. Pen, jangan pakai pen awak beli customer set. Pen kena pakai yang nampak lah sikit. At least ada, paling bagus, ada logo syarikat yang awak wakili. Handphone, nak tak nak memang kena pakai handphone mahal. Takkanlah pakai handphone cabut harga 400. Tapi pakai handphone yang proper. Kalau yang handphone mewah ni macam iPhone, Samsung, Huawei, awak pakai handphone apa tu yang mahal lah. Vivo pun Vivo yang mahal. Jangan pakai yang cabut-cabut. Yang 1000 lebih kat atas. Then it seems that you are capable enough. Handphone pun 1000 lebih dekat 2000. Jam mahal, harga 1000 lebih. Okay. Kereta pun pakai, at least pakai apa? Tengok. Kereta company saya tak suruh beli kereta yang mahal lah. Kereta company. Pakai kereta company dia, kereta company supply kereta apa? Pakai Honda Civic lah, pakai Camry lah. Those things lah. Kereta awak sendiri tak apa. Bahkan cerita pakai Viva, pakailah Viva, tak kisah. Tapi company. Kereta company kena pakai kereta yang nampak mewah. Jam mahal, tak apa. Tak ada masalah, investment. Second hand pun orang tak kisah. Nampak gah sikit. Jangan nak beli G-Shock yang harga 2-3 ribu tapi doesn't bring any mileage on your career and so on, your image and so on. Jam second hand. Seiko tapi second hand beli 200-300 tak ada masalah asalkan jam tu nampak proper, just for your work only. Hari biasa pakailah jam biasa. Those things lah. Kena nampak proper, kemas dan sebagainya. So managers will make difficult decisions where there's no organizations will run smoothly and there's no limit to the number and types of problems that may happen in terms of financial, problem with employees and difference of opinion concerning organization policy. Okay. So banyak masalah akan berlaku. Paling kepala adalah problem with employees. Itu paling kepala. And sometimes your decision might be different from the policy. You need to be realistic. You need to be able to convince the people, not against them but convincing them. Jangan cari gaduh dengan bos tapi trying to diplomacy with them. Give and take. Macam itulah. So managers must come up with solutions to difficult problems and then follow through their decisions. Where one of the most unpleasant decision is to terminate an employee. Yes. Saya pernah rasa perasaan yang nombor 2 ni. I have to terminate my own friend. Masa dekat kerja-kerjaan dulu. Saya terpaksa terminate kontrak dia. He's my friend. Saya ambil dia sebagai kontrak pegawai. And I am the one who need to terminate di orang tu. It's a very difficult situation. Pengalaman saya. Sebab tu bagi saya ni susah nak. Satu, nampak kalau saya susah nak gagalkan student. Saya akan marah awak macam mana pun supaya awak berubah, awak buat kerja betul-betul. Sebab bagi saya, to do this is very difficult as a human being. Okay. And then you able to change heads frequently. Maksudnya kalau bahasa Melayu dia, awak kena pandai cuba pakai kasut berada di tempat seseorang itu. Maksudnya you try to be how does it feel for untuk orang yang berada di satu situasi tersebut. Contoh, awak kena faham macam mana perasaan awak punya pekerja yang ada masalah dan sebagainya. Awak kena faham perasaan manager, top management dan sebagainya. So you know exactly apa yang top management fikir, apa yang staff fikir dan you try to mediate in between. So you must also able to alert to particular role needed at the given time and ability to recognize appropriate role to be played and to change role readily. So, maksudnya di sini awak kena banyak pengalaman untuk awak tahu macam mana role orang atas sampai ke role staff. Awak pernah lalui itu semua, so you know exactly how to think, how to fill in. Macam contoh satu tugas diberikan, awak tahu kalau awak bagi staff macam ni, awak rasa macam mana. So you know that you need more staff, you need more training to your staff and so on untuk for them to be able to do that and so on. Sebab awak dah rasa macam tu semua. Awak dah faham dia tu semua. Okay. 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 So, what is managers? Is anyone that is responsible for subordinate and other organization resources. Okay. And many different types of managers depend on task and their responsibility. Banyak managers sebenarnya. Technical, finance, admin, banyak lagi lah, marketing, banyak managers. Dan inilah yang di dalam NPM kita masukkan dalam NPM untuk public sector. We assign several unit, dia ada ketua-ketua dia yang dilantik dan sebagainya untuk jaga. Macam contohlah di fakulti ini kita ada dekan, kebadekan dan penaras khusus. So mereka inilah penaras program dan inilah adalah manager-manager sebenarnya. Walaupun nama dia mungkin lain lah. Okay. So how managers has been classified? First by their level. Level pangkat mereka. Kalau kat government, pangkat dia macam JUSA, macam apa tu, pegawai kanan kerajaan dan sebagainya. Berdasarkan kekananan dan sebagainya. Dan juga by range of organization activities which they are responsible, which is called as a functional and general managers. So macam ni, okay, ada nampak range dia, apa nampak organization activities dia. Macam contoh, penaras program adalah managers yang dilantik. Nevertheless, what is their level? But they are managers. And then, dekan and madekan, itu lain lah. Dan sebagainya. Okay. So, what are the types of managers of the management level? They are the first line managers, which is the lowest level, where these managers are the one who direct operating the employees. Dia terus pantau, terus direct dengan kerja-kerja. They will not supervise other managers. They only supervise their subordinates. Example, foreman or production supervisor in the management process, in management plant. Technical supervisors in research department and critical supervisor. So ni dia, nama lain dia supervisor lah, tapi dia pun manager juga. Yang manager managing dia punya staff bawahan terus. Okay. Kemudian ada middle manager, where this middle management refers to more than one level in the organization. Maksudnya tadi yang first level, di nombor 2, yang atas sikit. They are doing the direct activities of other managers and of those operating employees. Maksudnya macam tadi, dia akan ada supervisor bawah dia. Dia boleh juga direct dengan staff yang bawahan terus. Where they only do the principal activities, the principal activities of the managers to direct activities that implement the policies of the organization. Contoh dia, a plant manager in electronic firm. So, bawah dia ada supervisor. So, supervisor ada pekerja. So, dia akan manage dengan supervisor, dia pun boleh direct dengan pekerja. Either two. Dan dia akan report dengan orang atasan juga. And they are top manager, which composed of a small group of executive, were responsible for overall management of the organizations, and they will establish operating policies and guides the organization's interaction with the environment. Nampak? Okay. So, mereka ni yang akan buat polisi, arahkan manager-manager lain untuk buat ni dan sebagainya. Mereka ni adalah eksekutif yang berada di dalam top management. Okay. So, nombor 2, they are functional and general manager. So, functional managers is very specific for one activity, such as, okay, production, marketing, sales and finance. And people and activities under these functional managers are engaged in a common set of activities where they only focus on one specific activities lah. And then, of course, they are general manager, where they will oversee a complex unit, such as a company, a subsidiary, or independent operating division, where they're responsible for activities of the unit such as production, marketing, sales and finance. Dia cover semua. Dia cover semua. Dia buat tengok pasal operating, dia cover pasal production, sales, apa semua. Itu semua cover. HR, dia tengok semua ni. Usually, okay, small company have one GM where GM akan oversee all those managers. Okay, so large organization may have several GM, each of as a head of an independent division. Okay, so they will look on division. Tapi kalau yang kecil-kecil selalunya one GM ada berapa manager ada dia punya pekerja. So this GM will report to the directors. Itu saja. Macam tu. Okay. Apa GM? Pengurus besar. Apa GM? Pengurus besar. Sebagai contoh lah, saya bagi awak contoh yang paling senang untuk awak faham. Bank. Setiap cawangan bank ada pengurus cawangan. Di bawah pengurus cawangan ada pembantu timbalan pengurus, bahagian bisnes, bahagian loan, bahagian deposit, bahagian account dan sebagainya. So, branch manager tadi yang akan kawal selia semua timbalan pengurus. So, dekat Sarawak contoh lah, saya ambil contoh bank rakyat. Ada lebih kurang 12 cawangan di Sarawak. Dan 12 cawangan Sarawak dia ada 12 pengurus cawangan. So, di Sarawak ada seorang GM, pengurus besar wilayah Sarawak yang akan oversee all those managers. So this GM will report to the director di KL. So KL nanti ada banyak GM. GM Sabah, GM Sarawak, GM Johor, GM Selangor, GM banyak-banyak GM yang mana they will report to those directors. Director. Dia ada pengarah-pengarah Malaysia Timur, dia ada pengarah zon ikut zon utara, selatan, timur dan barat. So ada 5 pengarah wilayah. So pengarah wilayah tadi akan report kepada top management sekali, iaitu board of directors. Nampak dia punya susul galur dia macam tu, lebih kurang lah. Saya tak kata exactly sama lah. Yang saya tahu mungkin bank rakyat sebab family saya banyak bekerja dengan bank rakyat. Jadi bank-bank lain saya tak familiar sangat. Okay, then we talk about the managerial skills where Robert L. Katz, identify 3 basic types of managerial skills. The first one is the technical skills, where it has the ability to use tools, procedures, or techniques of a specialized field. Okay, or the managers will need technical skills to accomplish the mechanics of the particular jobs. Kena ada technical skill. Kena ada sikit lah. Technical ni tak semaksudnya technical ni awak paling bertukang, tak. Tapi technical on that particular unit yang awak buat. Walaupun ada sedikit. And then they must have a human skill where ability to work, understand and motivate other people as individual or groups, and where they need the skill to participate effectively in and also to lead the groups. Kena ada human skill juga. Dan kena ada conceptual skill, which is the mental ability to coordinate and integrate all the organization interest and activities. Maksudnya di sini awak dapat melihat secara luas apakah tujuan, apakah interest, apakah minat, apakah hal tuju organisasi awak. Awak dapat lihat secara gambaran besar. Involve ability to see the organization as a whole. Nampak tak? Awak kena lihat fungsi organisasi awak secara besar. Dan juga awak kena tahu bagaimana organisasi unit awak tadi contribute to that misi yang besar tadi. And understand how it part depend on each other. Dan kena nampak macam mana satu unit kepada satu unit lain bergantung pada satu sama lain. Maksudnya di sini contoh awak bagian sales, awak jual sales. Awak takkan dapat buat sales sekiranya production awak tak dapat capai target. Production tak dapat buat production apabila dia sales tak dapat target. So you two, awak dua unit saling berhubungan satu sama lain. Isu paling simple lah, contoh lah X50, Proton X50. Orang huha-huha dalam internet cakap Proton ni tak sedia, booking lebih 20,000 tapi buat kereta 1 bulan deliver hanya lebih kurang 1,000, hanya 2-3,000 saja sampai maksimum 5,000 saja. 5,000 pula bagi kepada banyak pusat jualan proton di seluruh Malaysia. So orang komplain, ada yang nak tarik booking sebagainya. Ini kerana apabila proton mereka buat sales marketing diorang buat kerja without knowing the capability of the production. Tapi bila sampai production kena reduce sebab apa? Barang banyak daripada China, susah nak sampai, kena ni sebabkan COVID dan sebagainya. So they don't see this. So sepatutnya mereka kena set 2-3 kali masa booking. Contohnya booking untuk first this one. Stop 5,000, stop terus. Buka booking nombor 2 untuk bulan-bulan ini. Stop. Then the customer will not feel unhappy. Sebab apa? Perlu nunggu sampai 6 bulan untuk dapat kereta. Macam tu sepatutnya. Sebab tu sales dengan production kena bekerja sambil rapat. Okay. So it involves ability to understand how a change in one part affects the other part. Macam tadilah saya cakap. And help to recognize how various factors in a given situation are interrelated so that action could be taken. Itulah dia. Right. So according to Katz, all 3 skills are essential for effective management. Kena ada tiga-tiga. Nak tak nak kena pandai tiga-tiga. Sebab tu kami ajar awak macam mana nak pandai bercakap, pandai present, lihat satu benda dalam satu kacamata yang lebih luas, broader perspektif, kena lihat selain kait. Sebab tu awak belajar all those things. Walaupun mungkin tak nampak direct, tapi semua skill ni kami telah equip anda. So how you make use of it, how you understand it is very important. Okay. So technical skills more important at the lower level of management, where getting less important when moving up to the chain of command. Kalau awak jadi supervisor, awak memang kena ada skill. Awak jadi manager, dia atas supervisor, awak kena tahu apa yang supervisor awak buat. Tapi bila awak dah goes to up to the level yang lebih tinggi, you don't need to know, but you need to understand how it done, then you understand how the needs and so on. Tapi tak semestinya awak tahu semua benda. Human skills also most important at the lowest level because you will deal with your subordinate. Apa-apa ya masalah subordinate awak adalah orang yang akan mediate dengan mereka, awak akan orang jadi pendamai mereka dan sebagainya. However, conceptual skills are getting more important as we move up to the chain of command. Maksudnya bila awak naik tangga manager ke atas, awak dapat lihat semua hubung kait antara unit dengan unit, cawangan dengan cawangan, division dengan division dan sebagainya as a one big entity and how it will affect each other. Because top managers are responsible for the entire organization. Meaning to say, bila decision awak di atas salah, it affect everything dekat bawah. So awak kena faham macam mana dia punya relationship between one division, one unit, one sector to another. Then you know exactly what should be done. Okay, itulah beginilah. Okay, alright, itu adalah ending of the